This black bear hunt was actually my second attempt at getting a black bear. After a failed bait hunt in 2015, I decided to go with Big Boom's Northern Maine Adventures, and I couldn't be happier with the experience that I had. It was a hound hunt actually, which I had never done before, something completely different than what I've ever hunted. The hunt took place in Portage Lake, Maine, which is about 15 miles from the Canada border. It's pretty far up there. My dad and I actually flew up there into Bangor, Maine, where Percy and Gloria, which is Boomer's parents, came and picked us up, which is really appreciated, so we didn't have to have a rental car. As soon as we arrived in camp, I knew we were in good hands. The people couldn't have been any better up there. Just great people all around to talk to hang out with. Just a great experience with them. Boomer and his girlfriend Danielle, just great people to talk to as well. Spent a few late nights sitting up talking to them. Just couldn't have been better people to hang out with. Danielle and his mom Gloria, they made great food the entire time we were there. It's just a great experience overall. The guides couldn't have been any more committed to getting us black bear, and you'll see that in the rest of the hunt that's coming up here. The first day, I actually got the first card because my dad gave it to me because he drew it, but he wanted to give it to me so that way I had the first shot. And the first day we got out there, we hunted the entire day. We're after the same black bear, and it ended up another hunter in our party ended up getting it, which that's the way it goes. That's fine. I was happy that at least somebody got it. It's quite the experience chasing after it all day. But what you're about to watch is about the second day of the hunt. We got out there and right away we checked the bait sites. In the morning we saw this good-sized black bear, so they set the dogs out on it, and we ended up chasing after it. Got on the other side of a large lake out in the middle there. And Bill and Tim with their GPS tracking collars and the Garmin units. What you're about to see is us going to the one side of the lake to try and get closer to this bear, to find the best access point, be able to get in on him. So, enjoy.
Lock it behind them. So I need to turn the dial.
Just a little, yeah, just turn it another foot and lock.
Okay.
Bill's a great driver, but as you can see, he liked to go fast. I mean, we got right in there on the bears. We were going down these small minimum maintenance roads and going 50 miles an hour sometimes. And as you can see, we hit a few bumps, but he was getting after the bears the best he could and stayed right on them.
There's no way into that Sterling pond, huh? But they're a long ways from that still. They caught up with it, I'm guessing, because they slowed down.
I'll tell you the closest place they're going to be is back on Tom's Road. We go up there where you're sitting at that right, out the end of it. Since they're hooking back the way they're hooking now.
We got to the one side of the lake, and as you can see, we made a better game plan that we had to go back around to the other side to be able to get closer to the bear. So we're going to get on it, get on the stock here, and see if we can get it on them. These North Maine woods were a completely new experience for me. It's like nothing I had ever gone through before. The woods were thicker, the tree branches were hitting you every time you went through something. You're following along behind the guides, Tim and Bill. The branches would snap back in your face. You just have to keep going. I mean, I don't know how many times I got hit in the face with a branch. Just had to keep going after it though. Kept after them and kept on the stalk. The stalk back in there was about a 3/4 mile walk, which compared to the woods here in Nebraska feels like about 2 miles. Just a lot thicker up there, a lot harder to get through, a lot more time consuming going through the woods. But once we got close, Tim put another dog on him, that way it could help tree the bear better and hold him there until we got up to the tree. And the action's about to get intense. I mean, you can hear the dogs barking as we get close to the tree. Anticipation couldn't have been any higher.
You see his head? Kill him?
Yeah.
Kill him!
You see his head?
Kill him!
Yeah.
Kill him!
Here.
Did you hit it?
I think so.
So once we got in there on the bear, it was treed. It looked good and everything, except for when we started pulling the dogs off, the bear decided to come down the tree, and things didn't go exactly according to plan. I tried to put on it the best I could, took my shots, Fired the best I could, but it just didn't quite work out the way we wanted it to. Tim's gun, he was backing me up. I had jammed. He wasn't able to get another shot on it. So unfortunately, the bear got away and wasn't exactly what we wanted to happen up there. Feel terrible because I thought I wounded the bear for sure, and nobody wants to have a wounded animal. I think any hunter knows that they don't want to wound an animal, and they feel terrible when that happens. But I mean, it's just one of those things that happens when you're out hunting and can't do much about it. We ended up talking about it for a while and decided that I didn't hit the bear because we didn't want to put the dogs loose on a wounded bear because sometimes they turn on them and end up attacking the dogs. Bill had already lost a couple of dogs that year and felt terrible about that, and so did he. So for sure didn't want to get his dogs hurt, but decided that the bear was going to be okay, that we wanted to put the dogs back on it and try and get back after it.
You must have hit him when he was coming out.
What's that?
I would assume you must have hit him when he was coming out.
When you're coming down the tree? Yeah.
Probably saw all black in the scope.
Not really. I mean, tried to put it around his head, but not saying I did.
Well, maybe you missed something there on the other. I didn't know if you just...
It's hard to deal with on the scope.
Yeah, never done anything like this.
You know,
I feel really bad, honestly.
yeah. I guess we're going to head back towards the truck anyways, and we're going to come around to the 51 bait.
The dogs were able to get right back on the scent of the bear, so we had a real good feeling that we were going to catch back up with it. After that terrible feeling I had in my gut that I wounded it and we're never going to see it again. After Bill and Tim looked at the GPS tracking collars, we decided that it was going to be closer to go to another bait site on the other side. Be a little bit of a closer walk than where we were coming from right there. So we ended up backing back out, got in the trucks, and we went around to the other side to get back on another stock on this bear. The second angle camera that was mounted on my chest unfortunately died once we got in there close on it. But we were able to pick up the footage from the Tacticam that was mounted on top of my gun. Got in there real close on it, and I was ready for my redemption shot.
Come here.
Thank you. I know you needed to
get him right there. I know I can put my hands on him.
That's a fucking real bear.
That's a big bear.
That's a real deal right there.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you.
The feeling that I had after taking that black bear was like nothing else I'd ever had before. I mean, the adrenaline's still flowing when I think about it. It was the best bear that I could have ever hoped for, bigger than anything I ever expected to get going up there. Just worked out perfectly. Bill and Tim were great guys the entire time. They stayed professional, they stayed confident that we were going to get after those bears, that we were going to get one. Never did I hear them talk about that we weren't going to get anything, that we weren't going to be able to get on one. They stayed after it every day, every time, to make sure that we had a great experience and we were able to get our bears. They approximated my black bear to be 400 pounds, which, I mean, that's a monster in my book. The biggest I thought I'd ever shoot, way bigger than anything I thought I'd ever get. My dad, who came along on the hunt with me, was able to get a bear the next day, which couldn't have been happy for him either. Wasn't able to capture the hunt on film because I was helping come along with the dogs. I had a pack with me to be able to pack it out and chain up the dogs and help Bill and Tim out some. But still, he's able to take a great black bear. There's a lot of people that made this hunt happen. I can't thank them all enough. I can't thank my wife enough for always supporting me on all my hunts. I mean, she's always here at home taking care of our pets, taking care of everything at home that needs to be done, and just always supporting me, hearing me talk about it all the time, which I'm sure probably gets old, but can't thank her enough for all her support that she has for me. Can't thank my dad enough for going along this hunt with me. I mean, this is a once-in-a-lifetime experience probably that we'll be able to. Hopefully go on another hunt with them pretty soon here though. Going on a bison hunt with both my wife and my parents. So I should get that one on film, and you'll have to check that out after we get back from that. But can't thank them enough for all their support that they have for me. I can't thank Boomer enough for everything that he did for me. I mean, I called him probably 10 plus times on the way before I went up there. Got everything in order that we needed to be able to get the bear back, be able to get the meat back and everything. Can't thank Percy and Glory enough for always coming to the airport and picking us up and dropping us off. It really saved us quite a bit without having to get a rental car. They also made great meals the entire time. Danielle, which is Boomer's girlfriend, and Gloria, which is Boomer's mom, made great meals for us all week. I mean, couldn't have had better food while we were there. The guides, they're awesome. I mean, if you want to go on a bear hound hunt, I mean, this is the place I'd book with. Tim, he was always after him, always very professional, stayed right after it every time. Bill, I mean, great guy to be around, got right after it with his truck every time. Like I said, 50 mile an hour down those minimum maintenance roads, getting after those bears and staying right on his garm to make sure we got there to the right spot. Put his dogs on him every time. Bill had great dogs. I mean, got right on the scent, found those bears. It's towards the end of the season that we were up there. Bears are starting to shut off, they're starting to hibernate. Got a little tough there for a little while, but always stayed after them, and everybody in camp got their bear that week. And Denny, I mean, he's a legend up there. I mean, he owned the camp before Boomer did, and he's a real class act. I mean, always wanted to stay after the bears. It's what he lived for. Wanted to get right on them every time, and every time he did. I mean, just can't speak any more highly of him than what I have. So if you're looking for a bear hunt and you want to be successful, Boomer's the right guy to call. I mean, as you saw in the beginning of the footage, I can't imagine how many pounds of bait he puts out every year. Tries to keep these bears on, tries to find them, has hundreds of bait sites, hundreds of trail cameras out there, keeping track of them. That way every hunter can be successful. He has bait hunts available, he has hound hunts available. Highly suggest the hound hunts, as you can see here. But the bait hunts, I'm sure, does just as good a job with. If you want to get a black bear, I definitely give him a call. So what I'm going to leave you here with is some pictures and footage of the North Maine woods, and enjoy.